about yourself. And we're going to cycle the qualification pattern. So let's get into this, huh? Let's get into the pattern that makes this all work, which hopefully you guys will be a little bit more interactive on. Maybe, maybe not. But we'll go back to the black marker. We're going to do something quite simple here. We're going to do qualify. We're going to do grounds. We're going to qualify. And then we're going to do frame or define, right? Now, quite simple. Qualification, some way to assert yourself. You can ask a question. You can step closer to somebody. You can grab them, yank them around, do all this crazy body language stuff. You can do, whatever. You assert yourself. You assert yourself. You see if they accept it. Then you ground yourself. Grounding means this. It means, well, here we'll say assert and accept. All right, grounding means that you either give your story, you give someone else's story, and you can give your perspective. This is the same. Frame and define just means you define the situation. And let me tell you, there's no magic to this unless you go for connection. This will get you shit if you are not going with the intent of connection. So, all I'm doing with all that stuff, you guys get the get up. What's a negative thing that you guys want to know about? What's a belief that you guys are worried about? Man, everybody's like fucking stale urine. Jesus Christ. You know what that does with mosquitoes? All right. Nobody. Jared.
5-foot Asians.
What about 5-foot Asians?
Being attractive to women. There you go. Fuji was talking about it. Go for it.
Man, that sounds like, what? 5-foot Asians? Being 5-foot Asian and not being attractive?
Yes, he brought that up. It's a stereotype. Go for it.
All right. So if you want to do that, I'm going to blow through this one quick because I want to get to something with a little bit more depth. But if you were to actually say, hey, what's the deal? Do you think height is an attractive thing? And women will say yes. Or you could say, what is attractive? What is attractive when you go in? And I do this when I open all the time. You say, what is attractive? And here's actually what they'll say. They'll say humor. They'll say good teeth, height, smile, positive energy, all that sort of shit. All right, and then I'm going to go into my story. Actually, I'll go to someone else's story. And I'll say, you know what, see, because my friend Darren, he's 5'4", correction, right? And with the mohawk, all this other stuff. He's 5'4", he's an Asian dude, and everybody says that is such an unattractive thing. But the problem is, with like today's society and all that sort of stuff, is that we have a checklist of things. Like you probably have a checklist of all the things you're attracted to, right? But at the same time, what you actually connect with and what you actually cultivate attraction with, because the connection and chemistry with people, it has nothing to do with those things. Like, yes, no, maybe so, and she kind of flails around wondering. So I'm going to say, so let me ask you, what do you find is like really attractive about somebody? Really, what are they attractive about? And if they give me a shit answer, then I walk away because truly, well, I'll get into the crux qualification in a second. But if they give me an answer that I somewhat like, that may even be them thinking about it, going like, man, that's a good question. Like, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'll say, you know what? That's awesome. We should talk more. You are totally a girl that has, whatever sort of quality I notice or want to feel about her more. All right, so that would be that process there. What else?
Would one be like if you're not like buff or like you're a skinny guy?
All right, so we'll save it for the edit. We'll save it. All right, so what he answered actually was, or what he asked was asking if he was not buff, he was not, if he was too skinny, something like that. And what's interesting, here's what's interesting, is this guy is so tall, like all of us short guys who are pickup guys. In fact, me and Jared were like, dude, you're too tall, and we're like puny standing next to you. And like, fuck you, man, just stand somewhere and look cool, and you'll get the, don't worry about your techniques, right? So anyway, but he brought that up, but at the same time, being tall could also probably make you feel out of place, can make you feel too skinny, can make you feel that like, man, you're not that guy that's short and compact and like have all the like muscles and is all alpha and whatever. Everybody's gonna have a certain insecurity. Hence, all women will also have an insecurity that you can relate with. So, which would be a perfect parlay to your perspective. I got some great